Just finished reading this book here. Towards an Igbo Metaphysics. I thought, yeah, let me open it up. Let me read it. Because I've got a few African books on African culture, history, philosophy and the like. I ain't had a chance to open them up yet though. So I thought to myself, you know what, let me just jump into this one right quick. Because I normally, read books on like ancient Egypt and stuff like that, but never other parts of Africa. Yes, Egypt is in Africa. Look on the map. It's in the northeast. Very much part of Africa. I don't know why they try to wishy-washy try and explain away the African presence in ancient Egypt, or Kemet as it was called. It's ridiculous to me, but anyway. I thought, yeah, let me look at another culture. And another reason why as well. Because of the links through the Atlantic slave trade. A lot of our ancestors from us, the remnants of that slave trade, that horrific hiccup in our history. We have a lot of links with West Africa. Yes, there was a lot of us over there anyway, which to try and save, like we weren't, but we were. We was already in the Caribbean anyway. South Central America and whatnot. But obviously the ones that, got shipped over, the Igbos from the Nigeria area, the Yoruba, the Kintes, like that guy in Roots, Kunta Kinte. I think Kunta is part of a tribe when I was researching it, and Kinte is like a subdivision, if I'm not mistaken. I think the bigger part is Kunta, if I'm not mistaken. And they had links to the Arabian peoples that made their way westward from Arabia over the annals of time. There's a lot of that they don't tell us, so we have to dig for ourselves and find the link-ups. But yeah, my good brother is Igbo, and I look at him and the way that he conducts himself. Very, very noble man. His word is bond. And when he says he's going to do something or uphold a part of his bargain, he does it without question. No questions asked. Very, very stoic as well. How he looks at life. And just gets things done. No matter what, and just battles it through methodically. Very admirable. And I thought to myself, let me get to know the culture a little bit through this book here. Because who knows? I might be part of that people also, because obviously I don't know, the records have all been mashed up, and obviously we were taking slave names and whatnot, so God knows what tribe we were coming from, but there's a good instance that I could be part of that tribe through my ancestors, because a lot of people from the Igbo got taken over as well. So it's good to study. Good to study. The Igbo people, very noble people. That's another reason why I'm reading this book. The Metaphysics. I thought it was an interesting title as well. Because the Greeks are famed for their metaphysics. Greek this, Greek that. I just stumbled on this book by chance. I was looking for something else, and it appeared in the list, and I thought, oh, I'm snapping that up. Got this for a good price as well. Believe it or not, I got this for £3. Oh man, you got to dig sometimes, man. I looked the other day, I think it was like 60 odd quid. So I was meant to get this book. But yeah. By Emmanuel M.P. Ede, I think that's how you pronounce his surname. Professing philosophy, so he gives you the comparisons between the Greek philosophy and the Igbo philosophy throughout the book, because he's well adept at the Greek philosophy. But this is a beautiful part here. It's talking about the 7 ways of naming Chukwu. That's the name of like the God of gods, the Most High, for want of a better word. And there's a little saying down there at the bottom which caught my attention, that sat well with me. Now, I'm not going to try and pronounce the Igbo form. I'll ruin it. So I'll just go into the English. Translated, roughly translated, it says here, a king who lives up in heaven with his garment touching the ground. I thought that was beautiful. That's a beautiful way of saying that you can see God everywhere. In the material world, he's everywhere. You can know him. Everybody can know God. He's there. He's all around you. But you can also not know him, because he's so beyond human comprehension. When you go further and further into the depths of his majesty. So he gives you like little fingerprints through nature. Calling card, yourself is the biggest symbol of God. Your very being. That's enough as far as Igbos are concerned. When they're asked, because he does a questionnaire with some locals in the book, if you read the book, and he asks them, how do you know God exists? And they just give a very forthright answers, like, because you exist. Because there is existence, full stop. Because there's being. So of course there's a God. You know what I mean? It's like he was asking a silly question. Because God is so entrenched within their way of thinking. It was like, because you are, type thing. I look at it as asking a fish, what's it like to be wet? You know, the fish is like, because I'm in the sea, innit? You know, he doesn't know anything else apart from sea. Apart from water, he is water. And that's the same type of mindset of the Igbo culture. What he's trying to show you in this book, it's just, it is what it is. God is, you are. That's what it is. There's no other way to like say it really. It's just in your face type thing. And I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So it's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Is it oxymoron? Is it? Or contradiction? Something like that. It's like, you know God, but you can't know God all at the same time. That's why it goes beyond mind. It goes beyond words sometimes. It's a gnosis. That's why we are the original man. Because we're just absorbed by him, or by it, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that little saying stood out to me. It just wrapped it all up very clearly. All those little anecdotes throughout the book. Hard questions are answered in the simplest of terms through little like sayings, which is a big part of Igbo culture as well. The little axioms and sayings, the little wise sayings that they have. It's a beautiful book. Let's have a little look at the contents. So obviously it gives you an introduction, historical survey of the Igbos, outside origins, the empirical method, so he goes into his questionnaires and whatnot, articulation and review of questions. So it's very intellectual, obviously coming from a professor. Igbo language and culture and socio-religious milieu. The origin, structure and purpose of the universe. So it goes in. Proper metaphysics. The Igbo understanding of being. Being and God. The Igbo knowledge of God. It goes into the names. Very similar to Islam. Obviously you have Allah, the Most High, but you have the attributes, the names. That's why Muslims have names like Malik, Omar, Rahim. All these names have meanings like king, worthy of praise, the hidden one. Do you know what I mean? The Igbo names are the same. The attributes, beautiful names. They're all God names, basically, is what I'm saying. So it's a God-centered culture. That's why it's good to do your own research and study. You know, it's like, I don't want to study anyone's like pagan religions. It's got nothing to do with Christianity and the true religion and this, that and the other and blah, 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 blah. It's like, nah, man. Nah. You can learn more by studying some of these so-called pagan religions, because they're not what you've been told they are. When you go deeper into them, they have more insight about life than what we get in the Western world, hands down. You know, you have to be a traveller. You have to be a travelling mind. You have to go to foreign lands in your mind. Go and study. Go and build. Go and wander around, have a look. Broaden your horizons. But yeah, beautiful book. Towards an Igbo Metaphysics. I think it was first printed in 1985. Obviously you can get it from Amazon. So yeah, go and get it. Good book. Very good book. Peace.